The State Department has confirmed that a man who grew up in Minnesota has died while fighting for a terrorist group overseas.
33-year-old Douglas McCain, who grew up in New Hope, died over the weekend in Syria. Officials believe he was killed while fighting for the terrorist group ISIS. Nina Moini is live in Minneapolis with more on this developing story. Nina, what do we know this morning?
After the past day and the information that we've learned, we've been working to try and find people who were close to Douglas McCain. We found some family, some friends. One friend, Isaac Chase, who is from here in Minnesota, says he grew up playing basketball with Douglas and just knew him as Doug, and that he would never recognize this person that we're learning about now with terrorist ties. But we have learned that McCain was on the U.S. government's radar for some time now. Sources say he was on a U.S. terror watch list and known to the FBI after he entered Syria, and that if he had tried to re-enter this country, he would have likely faced a lot of questioning. U.S. officials believe dozens of Americans right now are fighting with terrorists in Syria with bad intentions for the U.S. when and if they return home. Now, on social media, we've learned that McCain often praised ISIS under the name Dwale Khalid. One of his last tweets in June read, "It takes a warrior to understand a warrior. Pray for ISIS." We've learned that for a time McCain lived in this New Hope apartment complex with his family, but he eventually moved to San Diego. Isaac Chase, that friend we talked to, said that Doug had actually helped him stay out of trouble as a kid by playing basketball with him often.
We just hung out pretty much from 10 o'clock in the morning all the way until, nighttime. We just played basketball and talk, and pretty much he was an older guy that I looked up to. He was actually a good dude. Nah, it don't make no sense. The Doug I know is a good person, and I wouldn't even think that he would ever do anything like that.
We also spoke with another friend yesterday who said that she is very baffled by all of this too, by these choices that apparently McCain had made, and that in recent months she had seen some postings on his Facebook that seemed to be in support of ISIS, but that she thought he was just kidding. His family has told us that he was raised a Christian, but about 10 years ago he converted to Islam, and he said through social media, he said that that was the best thing that had ever happened to him.
Nina, I know that a number of our crews have spoken to family members. They've spoken out about McCain, say they didn't really know that he had these bad intentions, right?
Again, yes, his family also, all of them say that they had no idea that he had any sort of sympathy or any sort of interest in this terrorist group, ISIS. They say that they did learn that he was traveling to Turkey back in April, which of course shares a border with Syria. But again, they just had no idea that he was going there with intentions like this, Jamie.
All right. Thanks, Nina. Stay with WCCO for continuing coverage of this story and the U.S. response to the terror group, including surveillance missions getting underway in Syria.